superstar. Good day today. After yesterday working mostly first and second down, today's emphasis was really what we feel is going to be a huge part of this game coming up with Alabama, and that's a third down, staying on the field, keeping their offense off the field, going back and watching not only the playoff game but the national championship game. The offense was really rolling. You can tell they understand the system, extremely well coached, so to keep them off the field is going to be important. The other phase that we worked was really our turnover circuit, both offensively and defensively. I really feel like in early ball games, the team that makes the fewest mistakes is going to win. Usually you beat yourself in those early ball games when there's good teams playing. So us holding on to the ball, not giving them anything, and getting some turnovers to force hopefully some sudden change momentum is going to be of key importance. The other thing that you've seen that is going to be really important after going back and watching the tape, this is a tremendous special teams team that we're getting ready to face. You look at the number of punt returns they had last year, punt blocks, kick coverage is phenomenal. Very, very well coached, and anytime I see Coach Baxter pacing the circle upstairs in the office, I know we're playing a good team, and he's been pacing very much. So we put some extra emphasis in there. Two guys that really came back strong today and got some work. One, Marvell Tell, you saw do some teamwork today, as well as some 7-on-7. Really felt good, so really expecting him to progress and be ready for this game. And got some good news on Chad today. Second time running on the Ultra G inside, and really at 90% weight on his foot, and really had no pain from what he told me. So looks like we're going to get to progress him later in the week and see where he's at Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it was good to get those two guys back and get them working. With that, I'll take any questions that you got.
We met with Stevie just now. Can you kind of take us through the process that led him to join the team?
Well, anytime you go out there, and I think it's every year. Last year, you all of a sudden it hits the waiver wire that a release has gone out, and I remember with Taylor McNamara who was at Oklahoma. Usually a blanket release goes out, it hits your compliance department, and you look at and say, okay, is that a position of need? And there's several positions that come out. There's anywhere from 60 to 80 kids that end up transferring a year, and if it's a skilled kid, that wasn't a desperate need, but all of a sudden a defensive lineman hits the kind of waiver wire, that sparks your interest. And then just the opportunity for him to have the opportunity to come look at this place and see what it's like for him. Being married, I know a lot of family here with his wife. It just was a good fit for him, and appreciate Kyle and Utah giving him the opportunity to do something for himself and for his family. I thought it was really classy.
He said he left there not being 100% sure he was going to be able to come here.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any chance you weren't going to take him?
No, we were, obviously a defensive lineman's of key importance, and we usually blue shirt. This was an opportunity to blue shirt a couple kids, and we did this year. We blue shirted Stevie, and we blue shirted Michael Brown, a kicker for the future. So to be able to have that opportunity late there in the summer to add a person on our team, we were sitting there at 80 scholarships, and the opportunity to add a very valuable member obviously was important to us.
Were you aware of him before he became available? Did you know who he was?
Obviously being the offensive coordinator and playing against Utah every year, he was a pain in the butt. He's a big man in the middle, and really a run force, and very, very strong in pushing your offensive line back. And once you hear that it's out there, you go back and watch the cut-ups and you go back and see him play. And he was playing again with another good player beside him, about splitting reps, but when you saw him in there, he was very, very effective, and we're just very fortunate. One from the player he is, but two, the maturity level that he brings to the team. 25 years old, married. He's really brought a sense of maturity in that room and work ethic in that room to show some young guys what it's like, and that older leadership is really important.
You said you can reevaluate Chad at the end of the week and the weekend. If he has a week of practice or less, do you expect him to start against Alabama?
Well, I look at right now to see where he's going to be at. You know, it looks like he may be able to get a little work Thursday if he continues to progress. You know, maybe Friday, maybe Saturday, and see where he's at. You know, if we get into the middle of next week and it's Wednesday, Thursday, obviously it's hard. You know, but usually if you take it and look at it as, hey, we played on Saturday, where is he Sunday, Monday we're off, Tuesday we're practicing. He's got a full week, and we'll see where he's at and evaluate. But it's looking good right now. I'd say it's a 50-50 chance he'll play in that game.
Anybody needs Jack. He's got to leave in 3 minutes, so we better get him now. How would you feel if Truman had to play?
Oh, I've got no issues. I mean, as I remember, we played the number 3 team in the country in Utah, and Zach and Chuma were out there, you know, and did a wonderful job. You know, I have no reservations. I think Chuma is going to be a very, very talented individual. For him to do what he did last year as a true freshman, and now as a sophomore, even more advanced, stronger. He's always had great feet. His knowledge of the game and football instincts are terrific. You know, we're very fortunate here to be able to have a Zach Banner, Chad Wheeler, a Chuma, and then some young guys growing up. We're fortunate.
When you got 2 guys who were almost 1,000-yard rushers last year in Rojo and Justin, and others too who are talented, how do you plan to split up the carries between them?
Well, you know, if you look at the every down back, you know, it's Justin and Rojo's been a great fastball force, and be able to, you know, be a balanced football team. You're hoping you're getting 80 plays a game, and there's 40 handoffs minimum a game, and usually it's more than that because you're hopefully in the lead and ending games with the running. But be able to do that, to have a reality of there only being 1 back in today's modern game of balanced pro-style offense, you need 2 backs and sometimes 3. And you saw the ability to have Sedware and Dominic get a year older. I'm really looking forward to seeing them, how they help us not only at the running back position but on special teams. And we're sad to see Vi go down with an injury because he was really practicing well. But right now with those 4 guys, I think we're in a great place. I would expect Justin and Rojo to get a lot of work, but don't be surprised if you see 28 or 16 in there.
Rasheem Green was listed as an or in a couple spots.
Yeah.
What do you still want to see from him?
Yeah, we really feel like right now at that end position you got 3 guys that are rolling, and based on, you know, who's playing well at the time. You know, you look at Malik Dordan, you look at Rasheem Green, you look at Noah Jefferson, not knowing kind of, you know, where that's at. Then you don't know what package you got in. You know, if you're playing a 3 or 4 wides team, you probably got a nickel package in, and if you're playing a base 21 personnel team, Alabama, a Stanford, you've got 3 big dudes in there, so they may all 3 be in, you know. So and then along with Stevie and Big Bull, Khalil Rogers in there. So those 3 have really proven themselves that they're ready to go play, and they'll be rolling extensively in those packages.
I guess.
One more.
Why hasn't Rasheem already been able to lock down a spot?
Because there's some talent at the position, and we're continuing to compete. You know, talking to Clancy, that 3-man rotation is valuable to him, and you know, not knowing exactly where Noah was. Noah's come back and had a great week of practice this week, and all 3 of those kids are going to play, and Clancy will decide, you know, between Clancy and myself, we'll decide who starts. But Rasheem's going to play a lot of downs, and that's another position. It's like running back. You know, you get 80 snaps in a game, you're going to have 3 guys probably play 40 to 50 snaps, so they'll all be in there. All right, guys, thank you so much.